The father's car was hijacked is underway in Chatsworth. The incidents caused anger amongst residents who converged last night for a night vigil and protested against crime. For more, we crossed to our reporter Mlungisi Khumalo in Chatsworth. Mlungisi, tell us what's happening right now.
Yes, Francis. Well, like you said earlier on, that we are in Chatsworth at the Christian Revival Center right here in Chatsworth in the south of Durban, where thousands of community members and mourners have come to pay their last respects to young Sadia Sukhraj, apparently who was shot yesterday during a shootout between her father and robbers in Himalaya Road, just 10 minutes away from here. But with me, I've got a community member, Mr. Jonathan Anipan, who will give us the general mood of the area and why they have come here in their numbers to bid farewell to young Sadia. Mr. Jonathan, just briefly, what's the mood in the community?
Yeah, the mood here today is one of sorrow, one of grief, one of anger, frustration. The mood here today is one of somewhat disappointment that the authorities that be security agencies have somewhat failed us, because not enough has been done to curb the aspect of crime here in our city, this town particularly. Crime has become rampant. It's ravaged this community, it's ravaged the society, and unfortunately these are the results of it. And the thousands of people, the multiplied thousands of people that have come here today to pay tribute to this lovely little child who's unfortunately lost her life in this rampage of crime is an indication of the fact that crime is just a bit too much today.
The death of young Sadia is perhaps a welcome call for community members to maybe perhaps lobby for governments and authorities to do enough.
Yeah, it's another call. I mean, I don't think that community has not done enough. I mean, I think that community has done the best they can with community policing forums, with community leaders coming together. I honestly think that the powers that be are not listening to our people. And what we need in this community is more visible policing. What we need in this community is more police presence. We need more police vehicles. We need manpower. We need people who are going to be ready to fight against injustice and fight against crime.
It's very unfortunate, Jonathan, that an hour ago we were at the Chatsworth Magistrate Court where 19 members of the community have been detained for apparently striking and picketing outside the Chatsworth Court. Unfortunately, they cannot be here but are behind bars.
Unfortunately, those people who are there behind bars today, in my contestable opinion, are heroes. They stood outside that police station yesterday in protest to tell the powers that be, to tell the SAPS that enough is enough. Unfortunately, the way the SAPS reacted was by incarcerating them. I believe that those people who stood out in protest did nothing wrong. I was there. And unfortunately, the police brutality, the resist that came from the police is an indication that if we stand up as a united community, it is going to be met with this sort of intolerance and resistance from police. What we are saying as far as that is concerned are all 19 persons who are behind bars today must be released. All those charges must be dropped, because those people are the real heroes in our community.
Thank you very much there, Mr. Jonathan Anpan, a member of the community of Chatsworth. Like I said earlier on, that thousands of mourners are still flocking into the Christian Revival Center. Now, if my camera operator could try and pan outside, you'll see that there's a snake queue of people trying to make their way into this church that usually houses 7,000 people, but over 10,000 today of people are expected to come inside the church and pay their last respects to Sadia. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mlungisi. And that funeral underway, people still arriving, he says, in their thousands after that little girl died in the shootout between her father and robbers, heisters yesterday.